Look like a straight electrical mess. So, someone's asking about the Carlos Castaneda books. See, they were sorcerers. Yeah, you too? So is the cat. He's a sorcerer. A sorcerer path is sort of a different path. If you have like mystics are kind of like monks. You know, they do a lot of introspection, meditation. And I feel like partly that's a little bit of the path that I'm on. But what they would do in the Carlos Castaneda books, and they've done some work based on this, but this will help someone sort of understand. You have an energy egg on you, sort of like an hourglass. They would do something called the Sorcerer's Strike. This spot right here, if you hit this spot, you have to do it right. You know, sort of like with an open hand, sort of like right onto that spot. It can be harder, but you have a left side awareness and you have a right side awareness, which is basically your left brain and your right brain. And throughout those books, they talk about at different times, their teacher was Don Juan. Don Juan would do the sorcerer's blow, get them into an altered state. And a lot of times, like if they were in the left, I don't remember which was which, like what did what. But depending upon what awareness side they were on, they had dreamers, and the dreamers would go into different worlds. They would dream and they would sync up, and they had a lot of women. They were all called warriors because they were warriors in that you're fighting a war already to exist in a hostile world. And, you know, that's fascinating. It's sort of a different take on, you know, warriors and warriors, but not too different. Not any more different than someone who's dedicated to their path, dedicated to their mission is. Now, the stalkers had the element of stalking is like you're stalking yourself too. And they would do weird stuff like they could I think whenever Don Juan's teacher met him in one of the previous books, because there's a few books, but they're really good. And you can learn a lot of stuff. I mean, if you have a basic understanding in what is... Dude, come on. Dude, watch that ass. You can have a basic understanding when you're using magic or you're using your will. And magic is a real thing. You know, it's basically how all the items that you have in your life. Well, let me finish stalking. Stalking, they will stalk their self, number one, because you want to keep down your self-importance. Because if you have this ego of self-importance, there's not much stuff you can do because your idea of yourself is too rigid to be able to change and be able to interact. And they call that self-importance. Let's get this off of you, dude. While I dig through my cat's fur and try to remove his sorry-ass tick, I will show these pictures, and this is from the book called A Catalyst to Power. Now, if you download these books and you have a PDF reader, you can listen to these books on your headphones, and it's a lot easier because they even have a PDF file that has all the Carlos Castaneda books, which I just got again, because I think I'm going to listen to them all over while working for Dow Company. Kill it. Are you just going to You're gonna let it get back on you if you just lay on it. Watch out, silly. You just got it back on you. Looks like it's dead. I don't know. Let's make sure. You don't want that on you. Don't protect it. And keep your ass out of my face. So, if you hit your whole energy, you have an assemblage point. That's the spot on your energy body where all, and it's over the right shoulder. It looks like it's my left shoulder in this video because it's doing it backwards, but this is my right shoulder. It's like right on the shoulder blade. If you hit somebody, I do this to my dad a lot when he's driving because he can't see or whatever, and it's like I can configure myself to where I can see, or I'm doing my eyes like how I'm trying to help adjust him, and then I hit that spot and turn his energy body into that. It doesn't sound like it's that sophisticated because really it's not. A lot of this stuff is real simple, you know, but the amount of focus you have, you know, where you focus your mind, you know, and dreams is the next place for me because I'm somewhat lucid dreamer, but I don't recognize that I'm dreaming. It's not that I'm aware that I'm dreaming, and I mean I have before, but I'm aware of the dream. Like I can remember it if I write it down or do something to journal it right when I wake up, then I'll have it and I can, you know, I can then share it, you know, or do something with it, look at the symbols that it is. Like I had that elephant in my dream. I was dreaming about, well, I already made the video about that, I think. I might not have shared it. I might not have done that because I was trying to use the map to show the spot. I think I did though. So stalking's really more about, I think the stalking is the right side awareness because it's real calculated. And when you get like that, it's like a drug. Like even though you can be not like drunk, but if you're like in a hyper state of awareness, you don't have the same ability to store those memories as you do when you're on your normal baseline, because of the way you're experiencing your reality might be faster. You might be moving faster, or you know, something. When you're dreaming, you know, you put your body into that slow. So one of them is sort of if they have the polarity of slow and fast, and you know, there is sort of a in the last book, they would get to this place where like they were going to cross a bridge and leave this reality to end up in another Earth. And it gets really weird because some of the shit, although it's what it's talking about, and I don't know about Palladians. I know about Andromedans. I know what a paladin is, but I don't know about Palladians. I did not. Sounds like aliens, but it sounds like something that sounds like something else. It sounds like a different word. But no, I don't know about that. But I'm pretty well aware of ritual magic because I was in the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn for a good while. And I liked it. The only reason why I think I got into it because I thought I needed a small amount of training of doing systems like that with other people. And what was neat about it was like when we had like a little temple, and there wasn't very many of us at all, you know, but you could get your grade material. Hey, it's like a black bee. Are you a fly or a bee? This is a bug I've never seen. Hey. Check him out. I don't know what the hell this is. Is he gonna sting me? So you don't have to be fearful. Even the bees really like us here. We have a I'm getting sidetracked real easy. We have a beehive to collect the honey, and I've got them to go in there, but it's real sophisticated. We probably should buy the queen and stuff, but I got them to move in, and then a storm came, and it made the top to where, you know, you're not supposed to disturb it, but it got jammed up to where they got trapped in there. It was kind of sad. But we have all the stuff, even the bee suit. I've worn the bee suit outside in the middle of the night at the full moon, like it was a fucking spacesuit. Yeah, I did that. I probably look crazy as hell if you could see me in the dark in the moon suit. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. You can also, here's another thing you can do that is real hardcore, but you can tell. If you get you a crystal, get like a quartz crystal, and if you can tape it onto your assemblage point. I've super glued it once and then put a piece of tape over it so it would stay there for a while. You get into a configuration of your energy body where your assemblage point goes in. It's like called the Grail state. You see, they're doing a lot of weird stuff with the Grail state on Gridkeeper's channel, because Gridkeeper learned a lot of his stuff from Tim Refat, which was the one guy sitting in front of the computer. That's Tim Refat. I took my face and put it on Tim Refat. But I really like Tim Refat. He's fucking hilarious. He's racist. He sounds racist as hell. But I mean, I don't think he's an actual racist. He's not white, so he's not a white supremacist. He's like half Cyprus, whatever the hell you are. Like it's a Mediterranean, so he's like a dark olive-skinned British dude who's living in Vietnam right now. Because interesting shit. If you go onto the Basis project or you go to Gridkeeper's channel and look up all his stuff, because he has little classes that he does. Now, the only one that I don't agree with is, you know, chunking out your chakras. I don't think you should exercise your chakras. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. Also, I'm not at odds with any of the belief structures beings. I've worked on that, so it's like I'm not at odds with Jehovah. I'm not at odds with the archangels and shit like that. And some people are. Some people think they're archons and they're harvesting your energy. But I don't think that that's allowed at a certain point. I can see that where transcendent beings would, you know, have powers and they would loosh, and, you know, because the negative ones loosh off of us. But they're specifically trying to get that negative emotional energy of like lust, anger, hatred, anxiety. So if you can stay out of those mind states, any emotions that you could be producing that some other entity could then use as a drug or a fuel source wouldn't be one that would be giving you any problems. You know, it's the Draconians and the Zetas and the shit like that try to keep us and keep our world system in this, you know, always afraid, always, you know, fear, you know, that lower amygdala brain center, reptile complex. Feed it, fight it, or fuck it. Do I feed it? Do I fear it, flee it, or fuck it? That's all it wants to do. It looks and scans. Is this something I can eat? Is this something I can fuck, or do I need to run like hell? That's all it's concerned with, and it has garners a great portion of access to our whole system, because from there you can either get into the limbic brain, which is all your emotions. Limbic means bird, like, Nibiru is Ibi Uru. Ibi is bird, Uru is snake or serpent or dragon. And the old languages basically having them spells encoded for our mind, because if you think about the way you think, unless you're thinking in pictures, which is the right brain, then you're thinking in words and numbers, and that's the left. And where do we get our words and numbers? So that's all I'm going to say for right now.